Hey, third graders, we are going to work today on the bottom part of our power organizer, right? Where we are going to kind of conclude or wrap up our letter with our fifth paragraph. Remember, this is our first paragraph, second, third, and fourth. And you'll remember on my sloppy copy, I actually had these shapes next to where I'm going to indent as a reminder to myself. So in this last paragraph, you're basically going to restate your opinion, right? You've already done that at the very beginning. And you're going to add some feelings or a piece of advice. And I also added on there call to action. And that simply means what is it that you want your reader to do? All right. So it depends on what you're writing about, right? If you're writing to your parents, right, what are you wanting them to do? I'm writing to the president, right? I want him to make a law. So I'm asking him to consider that. So I'm going to read to you my third reason, which is my fourth paragraph. I know that's a little confusing, and my concluding paragraph as well. And then you're going to get a chance to see my final letter next week. It's going to be all typed up so you can see that I've got all 5 parts of a friendly letter, and you're going to be able to start working on your final copy as well. All right, so let me just show you what I did for my third and final reason. Okay, and it's a little bright there. Let me zoom it in. So remember, I reminded myself, oh yeah, this is my third reason. That came right off of my power organizer. Okay, I'm looking, remember to start it with a transition word or phrase. And I used the one finally. Okay, finally, as a teacher, I can attest to how difficult it is for students to learn virtually. Many families don't have adequate internet connections, which makes it frustrating for their children to do schoolwork in a timely manner. They often have difficulty watching teaching videos and uploading assignments. Often, parents need to work and the student doesn't have help or support during the school day. That means they're learning on their own, and we all know it's not the ideal situation. It's true that many families chose to do remote learning, but they were not prepared for this pandemic to go on as long as it has. Virtual learning should be a temporary solution, and the long-lasting issues won't be evident for years to come. If mask wearing were a federal law, the virus could be contained, and students could be learning in the classroom where it's more effective. You'll notice there's a new shape. Do I have a transition phrase or word? As you can see, having a federal law requiring people to properly wear face masks in public places could be the missing puzzle piece to getting our country healthy and back to normal. I am hopeful that you will consider my idea for the good of the nation and the citizens who call it home. Sincerely, Angel Linderman. So if I look at my concluding paragraph, let me zoom out a little bit, right? I had that reminder for myself. I want to point out to you, here's my transition, right? I'm going to label that so I remember that I did that part, okay? There's my transition. Can you find my opinion statement? Here it is, right? Having a federal law requiring people, right, to properly wear their masks, right? There's my opinion. And I'm going to write opinion right there. And then can you find where I'm giving my feelings or sharing my feelings or sharing some advice or giving a call to action, asking someone, my reader, to do something? What am I asking him to do? I'm asking him to consider my idea, right, for the good of the nation and the citizens, the people, us who live here. So there's my, I'm going to write call to action. Okay, you might have just some advice or you might have a feeling that you want to share with your reader. Okay, so you'll notice my concluding paragraph is not super long, but it does have 3 different parts to it. And remember, I'm always going to indent every paragraph in my letter. That shows my reader that it's a new thought, and it kind of helps their brain adjust or jump from one bridge to another, which is why we use those transition words. Okay, so today you're going to work on writing your concluding paragraph, and then you're going to make sure you go back into the rest of your letter. Okay, and before you start to write your final published letter, do you have all the parts of a friendly letter? Did you go back and check for your word choice? Right? Did you make it better, revising it? And we're going to talk about editing a little bit next week as well. Right? But you'll notice it looks pretty long, but it's because I've skipped lines, right? So that I can go back and I can change things and add things, and I've got space to do that. All right. So your job today is to write your final paragraph, your concluding paragraph, your bottom triangle. Take a picture of that and turn that in today.